Hey y'all, Kellye Whitney here with another thing older black women should tell younger black women and don't. Girls, I can't in good conscience advocate that you go back to a man who's cheated on you. Now y'all know I love these AI generated stories on YouTube, and I just listened to one where the woman was like 8 or 9 months pregnant and her husband cheated on her, but emotionally. He went to a hotel with this other woman. She went to the hotel because they had the phones tracking each other and all that. And when his wife said, I want to get a divorce, he kept saying over and over again, but I didn't cheat. I didn't sleep with her. She didn't care. And I don't blame her, because it was like this woman told him, you gave her, the other woman, intimacy. The fact that you didn't lay down with her, that's just semantics. Because all of the pieces that should have belonged to me, you gave them to her. And you lied to me. And I agree, there's no going back. I don't have a man right now. I've been around the block though. A few times, I've been loved. I've even had a man ask me to marry him. But in all of my relationships where I made the decision to leave, I never once went back. Except for one time. I regret that. Or I would regret it if I thought about the past, which I don't. Because what's the point, right? The reason that I chose never to go back is because of that relationship where I did go back and I forgave, and the person did me wrong again. And it was a cycle that just kept repeating over and over until I finally got tired and I thought, no, that's not for me. And see, I see women, they go back, they go forward, they go back, they go forward. That's a loser's game. Because whatever that person did, they did it knowingly. They did it with full cognition because we're all adults. And if you made the decision knowingly to hurt me, what else is there? People say, oh, well, people make mistakes and this and that. Yeah, people make mistakes. People also make choices. It's only rarely you forgive someone who's cheated on you and the same thing doesn't happen again. It's only rarely that the person learns their lesson and does right by you. But what about the trust that's been broken? Is the relationship ever really the same? I'm sure sometimes it could be. Think about how often that actually works out. In that same story, the husband's mother goes to the hospital when the wife gives birth and tries to convince her not to get a divorce. We find out through a little backstory that she has told the wife over and over that, it's a wife's place to endure and husband stray. And then toward the end of the story, because the wife holds firm, she's getting a divorce and that's that. The mother-in-law says, your father-in-law is leaving me for a woman who's a few years younger than my son. I gave him 40 years and now I've been discarded. Don't go back to somebody who mistreats you. Sure, sometimes people learn the error of their ways and they do better, but most often they don't. You can move on. You don't have to go back. You have options. You don't have to go back to somebody who hurt you. And I think a lot of times older black women don't tell you that because they have held on and stayed in relationships long past their expiration date. And that's a mistake a lot of times, because just like that mother-in-law who found out that her husband was leaving her after 40 years of marriage for someone who was younger than her son, she gave him the best years of her life, endured his infidelities, and ultimately was still discarded. I don't know what else I can say. I feel like my point has been made. Fight me in the comments. That ends my TED Talk for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.